to find the C value that guarantees the mean value theorem for this, the mean value theorem is this. F of C times B minus A, well this is A, this is B, so 3 minus 1 is equal to the area under the curve, or the intervals from 1 to 3. The function is 9 over x to the third, and it's dx. So basically we're trying to find f of c. But once we find f of c, it wants to know where c is. F of c is an output, a value. Once you find f of c, you want to then find out the c value that gave you that output. Where did it get the output? So what we're going to do here is, what you notice is you have f of c times 2 equals, well, let's integrate this. Well, do you understand that's 9x to the negative third? So you add 1 to that, you get x to the negative second. So doesn't that become does that look right? Or it should be negative 2 on the bottom, but I just put it in front. Okay. So let's calculate this real quick. F of c is going to be equal to, could I divide this 2 over as well? So it's going to be some answer divided by 2. Now, I first plug in 3 or 1. It's f of b minus f of a. So you start with the top one. So you first plug in 3. So it's going to be negative 9 over 2 times 3 squared. Kind of small, sorry. Minus, that's the first piece, negative 9 over 2 times 1 squared. So that's the integral plug in b, that's the integral plug in a. B is 3, a is 1. And we're dividing by 2 because basically I just divided both sides by 2. I moved that 2 over to get f of c by itself. So it looks like we got f of c is equal to, doesn't it look like negative 1/2? Minus, won't that become a negative 9/2? All over 2? Which that looks like we got, what is that? Becomes a positive 9. So 9 plus 1/2 would be 8/2. 8/2 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now is that my answer? No, that's f of c. Meaning the average height of this graph on this interval is 2. The average height is 2. I want, where does your graph get a height of 2 on the interval? So I take my original equation, 9 over x to the third, and set it equal to 2. Because don't I want to find out where my original equation has an output of 2 and solve for x? X will be where a c value that has an output of 2. Now, you could do different ways, but isn't this basically a proportion? Cross multiply. So I have 2x to the third equals 9. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X to the third equals 9 over 2. How do you get rid of the third? You cube root, or you could think of it as 1/3 power. But you're going to cube root both sides. And so x equals just the cube root of 9 over 2. And that's your answer. Oh, actually, do you understand that c? X equals, which is really the c value. You could put c equals. the cube root of this. I'm not going to try to figure that out. That's the answer. At this point, it's some value between 1 and 3. This is some value between 1 and 3. You have an output of 2.